because it's fresh, hot off the presses in my own life story. This guy wrote me last night while I was sleeping, and I'll paraphrase here and there, but he wrote, "Sadly, I'm stuck in North Carolina. My wife isn't doing well. She's losing weight. She's at 97 pounds now. I am a full-time caregiver for her, and it has me in a bind. Is there any chance you could spot me $200 until the 1st? I can return it as soon as our check hits. I don't ask this lightly. Full-time caregiving is killing me. We do Cash App, Venmo, and Zell. Please let me know if you can help." And then he gives his name. And this is an acquaintance of mine from 6 years ago. How I knew him is he flew from the same field I did. I do paramotoring. And we would sometimes go to like lunch or dinner as a group, like everyone who flew that day. And that's my relationship with him. I haven't seen him for 5 years, and he reached out and asked for $200. And it puts me in this, like, on one hand, I have $200. Like I could, but I don't mean to flex too hard here. But gosh, I never thought I'd see him again. I might never, like, am I supposed to give $200 to everyone who puts their palm up? I know he's in a hard spot, I guess.
Sets a dangerous precedent. You know, now he knows who to talk to next time. And maybe next time isn't as dire. He just needs a little extra coin. And the time after that, like, it's gotten so regular and usual that it's like, oh, this is the guy I go to for money. You know,
the like, full-time caregiver thing, it rubs me wrong. And maybe I'm a jerk, right? Like I'm open to this idea that, you know, am I an asshole? But it's like, hey, I've decided to completely stop working and just take care of my wife, which on one hand, like, feels and sounds kind of noble. On the other hand, dude, I take care of a lot of people, you know, like this happens all the time. When my mother-in-law was in our guest house dying, she had cancer, you know, I didn't just like stop all work and handle that. It's like, no, we funded this whole freaking operation. And like, that's how this works. That's what happens. You don't just take off when someone needs help. Cash is part of the solution to this.
Yeah.
So would you have given the 200? I think Taylor's a no.
I don't think I would have felt comfortable with it.
I heard what you said, but like, what's your acquaintance with this gentleman?
Seems
I
like
flew
6 years
in
ago.
the same place with him 6 years ago.
No. And like, him asking you is rather inappropriate. Honestly, like, if I were dying, I would ask you for money. If I were dying and we needed to like get me some medical care, I'd ask for money. Otherwise, it's not happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's no way I would reach out to someone like that. Like, dude, get back to fucking work and make yourself $200. My father had a friend, a guy who had a very well-paying job. Like, all right, let me just say how much he made. He made about $12,000 a month. Okay, like just so you have the idea. It's not so he's not an incredibly wealthy man, but like in our little small town, like he's got a good
really
gig.
well.
He's got a good gig. And it's not one of those deals where it's like, oh yeah, like he made $12,000 one month and the rest of the time it's like $3,000. It's like no, he's on salary for $12,000 a month, but he's got a gambling problem. He's got he bets football. He bets football over his head, and maybe once every 3 months he needs to come to my dad and borrow somewhere in the nature of $10,000 to $25,000. My dad always gave him that $10,000 to $25,000 because this man always came back with the full amount in a very timely fashion. There was never any like question.
Not that bad of a gambler, you know.
Well, I mean, he you know, he would stop gambling for a month and he would earn his like money back up, and he would be good. You know, it's I don't know. This whole idea of people ripping you off, like I can't. I've never had that, and it's fucking rough.
Joshua, would you have given the money to an acquaintance you haven't seen in 5 years?
The first thing that crosses my mind, because I've gotten some emails like that from viewers, and it just makes me think, how many other people did they send this personalized message to?
Yep.
You won't know. You won't know who gives the money and who doesn't.
Yeah.
Josh has learned.
Yeah, I actually asked a friend of mine that I respect a lot. I mention him now and then. He's super wealthy. And he said that same thing. He's like, I bet this sounds like a form email that he sent. He blasted out to a lot of people.
Yeah, definitely. There's 1,000,000% right. There's 0% chance that guy was like, I got to sit down and compose this just to Woody. Like, it was probably everybody else he saw 6 years ago and every fly-in since then. And who knows, maybe he makes a cool, $800 out of people feeling bad for him. Just very, it's an uncomfortable.
It sucks to be that jaded though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I hate that you need to be that jaded, because I like helping people. I do it whenever I can, and I've been taken advantage of, like small time taken advantage of, I've paid people's power bills, and I paid for Chuck's funeral, right? You help. I try to help out as much as I can with my small town, like hillbilly friends and distant relatives and shit. But it's like, and sometimes I'm like, I know you're lying to me, but I know you need this. Like let's just get you fucking straightened out. It's shitty, and but I feel like I don't know. I want to do the right thing as much as I can.
So the most recent video I got to see, Josh,